This is my absolutely favorite way to play Resto Druid in the dungeons. Just a little disclaimer on the start. This is not best build you can have. This is not best build to push high keys. This is not best build if you are really undergeared. It's a little bit weaker, but it's about, you know, you are going keys again and again, and it's just making it much easier. Oh, easier. Much more fun. That's what it is about. It's much more fun. Not best for healing, much more for fun. It's not so behind. It's like, it's hard to guess exact percentage how this build is behind the proper what everybody's playing with abundance and double rejuvenation. And the other heal talents. Balsucker, it's behind. It's hard to say how much. Like, I have what I have. Ah, that's quite a lot now. I was healing with this build 645 item level ahead, and I was healing 11s, 10s, not 11s, 10s absolutely easily. So yeah. So yeah, it's about Dream of Cenarius, and we are doing damage, and we are healing from damage. So Dream of Cenarius, that's our healing from damage. We are not Disco Priest, we are not Monk, so we still need to heal other ways. It's not like Monk have most healing from damage, Disco Priest absolutely most healing from damage. We still need to use other abilities because, well, we are not Druid or Monk. We are not Monk or Disco Priests. But yeah, and it's quite decent damage. This was a priority. Yeah, priority 10. And like decent enough damage for Resto Druid, and it's also very comfortable to play on lower keys. That's why, because if you play Valsucker and you want to do damage, well, you need to go on melee, you need to spend time, and you need to spread those debuffs and start scratching with a kitty. With this, most of the spells you are using is instant damage. So no damage over time, because, you know, you go lower key or just 10s, and on 10 when people will have full gear, 670 item level, you won't have time to place dots, because Peg will die in 10 seconds. What do you want to do there? Spreading your dots there. So you will just, in this build, you will just keep spamming Starfire. Moonfire, I just casted 5 times, but Moonfire is casted by your trees. So you are only clicking Starfire, Wrath, and Star Surge. That's it. So that's why it's really comfortable to play on some lower or just farm keys when everybody have gear, because you don't need to spread anything. Everything is instant. It's really fun, it's really potent. You still need to heal by other means, not like other classes, but this is what I like. It's really fun and it's not annoying. That's why I really love this build. It's not annoying, because if I'm not healing a lot, with other builds I'm bored, because you always need to prepare so much and you will heal only so little. It feels meaningless and you still don't have time for the damage. Or you have time for damage, but you spread your strong, huge dots and the peg dies. So yeah, this is definitely my preferred way to play Druid, and you just farm keys. It's still viable on some higher keys, definitely not War First or something like that. But previous season I seen people pushing with it and they were doing quite fine, and it's not best for it, but you can still do some higher keys. I would say like 15 would be fine, of course with full gear, not right now, and 20 is probably never, but who knows, maybe somebody will manage. Alright, let's move to actual information, precise information about the build. So, let's go for stats. Don't mind me, I'm just gearing, I have whatever. And if you have full haze mastery, it's fine, because that's usually how Druid works, or what you want to have to the raid. I have way too much mastery, so I could do way more healing for my damage. Mastery doesn't matter. Mastery is not increasing healing from standard ward. So even if you have hot on a target, that should be increasing that healing quite a lot. Well, Fire Mastery, Light Bloom is already counting as 3 stacks of hot, so huge increase. It doesn't matter. Dream of Cenarius will always heal just basic amount. So Mastery, if you're going full hand for this build, can be 0. Of course it won't be, because you are forced to have at least one set piece, so never 0. Not possible if you want to have set piece, but you can go 0 mastery, you want to go full ham on this build, but still mastery is good for healing with other stuff, and if you want to just try it, it's fine. But definitely haste, most important. That's everything what we want. With the Resto Druid for years, that's our main stat. I won't even explain, it's just always haste. Am I lagging a little? It's fine. Then second mastery, keep mastery if you just want to try this build, it's fine. But ideally 0, so second then will be versatility and critical. Versatility a little bit better than critical, but both of them are fine. But where you want to mix it together, usually versatility, because then it's easier to switch, you know, because when you go full ham to dungeons, you will have big haste and then some versa and some mastery. That's what when you play proper build, so usually versa is better choice because it's easier to swap to other builds, but critical is a little bit better if you just want to go full ham on this build. But yeah, not recommended. Okay, it's a little bit difficult with start, but let's say it's first haste, then little gap, second is versa, with a critical little bit behind versa, and master can be 0, but sure, master is fine. I have 15,000 and it was still, I still heal a lot. Even that mastery was doing absolutely 0 for this Dream of Cenarius, so 15,000 stat for not improving this. Alright, so let's move on talents. If you want exactly same talents, a link will be in the description and you can get it there, and little notable changes. So of course you can change which one you want over here, or Vortex or Typhoon or both, and if you want both, where to take those talents is you can survive without it, you can survive, this is just extra damage, and you can put it to also Vortex, you can put it to some defensive, some movement speed effects, or some utilities. Not much of the choices you have over here. And from the right tree, if you get 4-piece, I don't have 4-piece yet, so I don't know how it feels, but 4-piece is working with your life boom blooms, so that's end of the duration, or well, of course, it's improving insurance too, and or you can get extra blooms from photosynthesis talent. So in the case you have 4-piece and just you like it, you really like that insurance, it's quite good for resto druid. Even that 4-piece extra, extra healing hot is so amazing. But if you want that extra insurances from that, then just switch photosynthesis instead of flourish and move renewing surge, that is quite big anyway, and you can move it to verdancy. And this renewing surge, you can just change it anyway, it's not important talent. If you want something else, feel free to move it anywhere. But I definitely like that. Yeah, flourish is quite nice, because it helps you keeping this hot while you are doing damage. So not everything will drop, people will still get the healing over time effect, and you have time to just cast some damage abilities and still be healing from other means too. And then I choose Abundance because Cenarius, I felt like I was overhealing so much and it was still taking like global cooldown to apply it. If you want more sport heal, definitely choose Cenarius because we don't play Germination, because we don't have talents for it, because we need 2 talents over here. So that's the only reason. Otherwise, if you had 1 extra talent here, definitely Germination would be a choice. I guess you can sacrifice, but I still think if you play Germination, Flourish is so good anyway, because you will keep that regrowth rejuvenations for longer, so you can just spam those regrowth. But yeah, I choose Abundance, it feels better. If you're a fan of Cenarius, or you feel like you need more spot healings, then choose Cenarius. Just my preference, whatever. But yeah, we are not playing Germination. If you feel like you need Germination to heal enough with the resto druid and you cannot play without it, then you shouldn't play this build at all. And you should play like what everybody's playing at. Parastacker, Abundant Germination, full on it. Not this for you. Alright, once again, link is in the description if you wanna, and let's move for gameplay rotation priorities, whatever you want to call it. Alright, and now, very important information about Dream of Cenarius. Never count on its healing. Always make sure everybody will be healthy and full, well, or rather they won't die from anything when you just start doing damage, and only damage. Because Dream of Cenarius, it's healing into nearby ally, it's healing injured ally, that's the only thing that it's doing, but that is all. There is no like decision making who to heal. It will just literally heal injured nearby ally. That means it can be anyone. Maybe there is some distance or something. It feels completely random. So you cannot count, because 2 targets can be injured, and that heal will always go to somebody who is on 95, and somebody who got 20% of health will never get healed. That can happen with this. So only focus on damage and healing from damage if you are sure people will survive. So never count it as your main healing source. Just count it as something extra. If you have extra time, if you have not much to heal, so you can just heal them from damage instead of just start clicking other abilities because you know you have time. If you are not sure, heal it normally. Dream of Cenarius healing if you are sure people are safe. So don't risk people's life because this is more or less random healing. Let's say it's random and it's quite wild. So really be careful. We are not disco priests, you know, the monks. We need to heal other means because it happened many times. Like one target was 20% and tank was always getting damage because, you know, it's tank. So he's always getting damage. So tank is 99.9% of health and it will still heal him always. And that target with 20% of health will die. It happened to me when I was first trying this Cenarius build. So yeah, be really careful. So because this is something that you're doing in free time, so now I will explain like priorities, what you are doing normally as resto druid. Well, normally specifically for these talents. So this will be normal druid rotation. And on the end, I'll be just talking how, when to, where, with what abilities, how to heal with the new scenarios, because that is something you want to do in your, like, let's say, free time. So it doesn't involve priorities because you still should make sure everybody will be healed without any healing from the new scenarios, as we cannot count on it. Still, it will heal a lot, but I was just healing them. We had 3 deaths. Maybe I could prevent. Usually it was suction action. It was priority. If you have those two holy elementals or whatever they are stuck, start casting beam, 2 beams on the same target. That's a lot of damage. So this will be normal druid rotation specifically for these talents. So let's go for it. First priority 0. I'm putting stuff that should be always prepared, but you shouldn't bother with it when you are in the combat and you need to heal right now. So this is something always prepared, but when you have time. So of course, versatility buff on everyone, and we have new ability, so symbiotic relationship. So that means if you connect with someone and if you heal him, it will heal you, and if you heal yourself, it will heal them. So put it on tank. That's usually what you want to do, and that's it. And it's for quite a long time. It should be hour. So just prepare it when you go inside the key, click on tank, and you are good for full duration. If somebody dies, it disappears, so you need to recast it then. But this is 2 things you want to have always prepared. Alright, so let's move on. Priority 1. That's our shiny, beautiful, amazing Life Bloom. Life Bloom is our strongest hot, what we have. It's healing a lot. And it's also counting for 3 stacks of your mastery. So it's increasing your healing on a Life Bloom target quite a lot. There is other mechanics, but we mostly don't play them. One more is, if we cast regrowth, its healing overtime effect will be also applied on the targets with Life Bloom. That's great because what is another healing overtime effect too. So even that overtime effect is like the weaker part of regrowth, it's still another hot that's increasing other heals. So it's quite important. Only 2 Life Blooms can be at the same time. Only 1 originally. We're playing talents over here. You can have 2. In this case, we are not playing photosynthesis, so it doesn't matter if it's on yourself or anybody else, just put it on somebody who needs healing. I usually just put it 1 on tank and then 1 on the ranger DPS that is usually not standing close to the group, so usually it happens, he's not getting hit by full AoEs and stuff like that, but whatever, second target, whatever, 1 usually always on a tank. I didn't even keep it always on tank if I had enough damage, because I've been priority a million times. I'm farming trinkets with many characters. I know where to pump damage. Alright, so Life Bloom, very important. Oh, I forgot. You have chance for clear casting. It's not here anymore. It's default. So Omen of Clarity. So any heal from Life Bloom have 5% chance to give you clear casting. And what is clear casting doing is making your regrowth, next regrowth, completely free of mana, creating. And if you are now on talent for it, that regrowth is 30% stronger. Camera move. Thank you. And 30% stronger, and we have talent Forest Wall over here that also that clear casting regrowth is like old set piece we had in season 3 and 4 with Resto Druid. Dragonflight. That will cast extra Flourish. This is much bigger than a set piece, but still great. So if you get the Nourishes, this is mine. It's mostly overheal anyway. I didn't need to heal that much. Well, that much. 1,250,000 heal per second is quite a lot on +10. Alright, next priority. The second one is our Efflorescence. Efflorescence is not healing on its own that much. Where is even healing from it? It's over here. It's fine, but it's applying another hot. That's healing even less. It's somewhere on very bottom. This is a big hot, but it's another hot. And everybody who's staying in Efflorescence just have it. That means if people are standing in Efflorescence, they have increased healing from you because of your mastery. So yeah, it's quite a huge deal. And Efflo is really good because it's like it's sticking healing from that AoE on its own, and it's also applying hot. So that's like 2 hots on everybody in it. And every single that tick have chance to proc your insurance. So just having Efflorescence on the ground and 5 people standing in it is just huge business, huge deal for us. A lot of insurances under hot to increase your healing by a lot. And you know, it's 30 seconds, so if people are not moving, it's quite good for mana too. So the Life Blooms and Efflorescence is something you want to have prepared, even if you are doing damage, at least have Efflorescence on the ground and have Life Bloom at least on tank. So at least this, always keep prepared. Even when there is not much happening around you, not much damage to heal, just keep these things ready, because you need to be ready. If you need to heal right now, it's too late for these things. But if you have it prepared and then you need to heal a lot, you are quite more prepared for it. It's really nice to always have these 2 things prepared. Alright, moving on, third priority, and it's our Grove Guardians. Grove Guardians is no longer something we want to always prepare. Well, you want to, it's cheaper mana, it's not costing global cooldown, and it's just 20-second recharge. And it's also dealing damage. Death, most of the bonfire, I cast it 5 times, most of this damage is 3 damage, because they're casting bonfire every 6 seconds. It's from our Keeper of the Group over here. They're doing damage too. So this is, if we don't have any 3 out, spawn 1 just for doing damage, then if you need to heal, this is the first ability we are clicking, because once again, cheap, quick cooldown and absolutely no global cooldown. So that means you are not wasting any time by clicking those trees. It will just happen and you can be still clicking the same buttons you was clicking before. And little information about trees, what they are doing. So you spawn them, they will cast, first thing what they do, Swiftment. You can aim that ability on someone, that Swiftment will be on them, but they are choosing good target, so you don't need to worry about them. They will just do it on its own. I always just have enemy target. You need to have target to cast the trees, but it can be enemy, and they will just start healing on its own. They always choose good target, so it's fine. See, there is a bonfire, and I just keep healing. Usually the lowest health target. Yeah, it's the lowest health target. And actually they are preferring with somebody who got healed over time effects, because they are casting Nourish, which is empowered by your mastery. Well, it's 300% profit for mastery. So they are choosing perfect targets, so you don't need to be worried. Don't bother to click on somebody, just you have enemy in your target anyway, and just click your trees, release them, so they will use treatment, they will keep casting a Nourish, so they will start healing. And another mechanic, you know, they're casting Bonfire, but they're also increasing all your healings by 5% while active. And also, when they're out, your Rejuvenation, Efflorescence, and Life Bloom are healing 10% more. So not only their own healing, but they're increasing your healing too. I'm actually not sure if this is applying for Cenarius. Let's try it. Some healing. That insurance is blocking 361, 365, 365, 367, 360. Release the trees. 364. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So even this is not improving Cenarius. Nothing is buffing it. Apparently, by Blizzard, Cenarius Bard. Dream of Cenarius. Sorry, I said it wrong. By Blizzard, this is not healing, so do with this information whatever you want. Yeah, so yeah, tree's good. First think what to click when you need healing, and also not bad for damage. They'll keep casting those bonfires. Swiftman is great boy. So before, Swiftman was consuming hot. That's why we need rejuvenation, regrowth, or wild growth on the target to use swiftment, so we cannot use just for anyone. It's no longer eating them, but it needs to be applied for us to be able to use it. Bam, but now we have talent overriding it, so it's no longer consuming, but it's extending even by 8 seconds. So more or less, if you hold your tank on a start, and you will keep casting this regrowth, swiftment, you can just almost keep the same HOT for the whole duration of dungeon. Of course, depends if you get cooldowns. It's really great. So it's strong single target heal, don't get me wrong, but usually I'm healing so much I don't even need to bother by that. I still heal a lot with it, but if it's overheal, if you use it, somebody have like 4 healing overtime effects, maybe even 5, Cenarius Ward, you can just use it for extending, even if there is nothing else to heal, because that 8-second extend is just great and amazing. And after you use Swiftment, we are also getting Soul of the Forest, so our next Regrow Rejuvenation is buffed by 150%, or Wild Growth by 50%. So even if it's overheal and we just use it for extend of our healing overtime effects on a target, we still get huge value from Swiftment, and Swiftment is quite cheap on mana. Where is that bastard? I wanted to check how much it's costing. Yeah, 35,000. It's really cheap. It's absolutely really cheap. So yeah, you can just keep it non-stop. It's one of the best tools we have, but still, you need some healing overtime effects for you to be able to use it. We know already it's reducing cooldown from the talents. If you don't have it, you don't have it. And it's also applying another HOT on the target that is not healing as much as that other part of Swiftman I have here. Oh, this is strength. Oh, it's together. Oh, before it was splitting, that healing overtime effect. But it's not healing much, but it's another HOT. So guess what? It's increasing your healing overtime effects, well, all the healing. Alright, so, Soul of the Forest, a little note. If you need to heal AoE, use on Wild Growth. If you need to heal Regrowth now, use it on Regrowth. And if you don't need to heal much right now, and you just want to consume it anyway, then spend it on a Rejuvenation. Just put it on somebody who you expect will take damage soon. So, you know, it's not wasted. If you don't need to heal at all, of course, who cares about this buff? You don't need it. Alright, 6th priority. So, this one, of course, when you need AoE healing, if you don't need, is our Wild Growth. Nothing special about it. You click it, you heal 5 targets. It's healing overtime effects. That's done. It's healing more on the start of the duration, and then it's reduced as duration continues. So it's great when you use this, it's great to click Flourish immediately after. So usually, if you are using that Flourish, you are spreading HOTS, and the last thing you will do, I guess ideally, you click Swiftment, so the Forest buff will buff you next Wild Growth, and then you instantly click Flourish to extend this Wild Growth and other HOTS too. And then you have nice, brutal nice. Brutal nice doesn't sit together. Nice healing overtime effects on the whole group. So yeah, quite decent ability. Even with overheal 55%, it's healed. Average cast 3.4 millions. That's good millions for one cast with 55% overheal. So decent thing. Alright, next priorities we have regrowth and rejuvenations. So it's regrowth to the high priority because it's healing more, but rejuvenation got that abundance mechanic. So let's talk about them together. So for this abundance, for each rejuvenations we have applied right now in dungeons, it's up to 5. We have 5 targets. I'm not sure if it's working for pets. Maybe you can cheese it a little. You can put one more on pet, but I don't think it's worth it. Just spend your time rather cast another regrowth for team member. Maybe. But for each rejuvenation you have regrowth cost reduced by 8%, its critical chance increased by 8%, and its cast time reduced by 5%. If you have 5 stacks, it's quite a decent buff. That's why I still have it. So rejuvenation, if you need to heal right now, you are spamming regrowth. If you need to save somebody, you are spamming regrowth. Rejuvenation is something that should be prepared before some big burst comes. Or when it's sustain healing, of course, keep replacing those rejuvenations. So rejuvenations won't do much. I didn't even click it much. I click 47, but you see regrowth 83. Double. well, because usually it was even clear casting most of the time, so reasonable. Nourish hits for me, 68 hits, and I casted 83 times regrowth, so yeah, it was 75%, let's say. 75% I casted regrowth. It was not even with abundance, it was just clear casting procs. I didn't bother to heal much, and didn't bother much with abundance, but yeah, rejuvenation is something, not doing much by zone, but it's something we want to prepare when some big damage is getting, or it's good deal to get that increased healing of other heals through your mastery. I have huge mastery, so it was definitely helping a lot. If you will have 4-piece, rejuvenations will be just appearing here and there from insurance, so it will be much easier to keep some abundance stacks. But yeah, rejuvenation is something to prepare, or well, yeah, to prepare. If somebody is getting a huge single target, it's great too, because it's another hot on a single target, so get for a single target, of course, if you have time for it to apply. But let's talk more about regrowth. So we know about abundance, so ideally more stacks the better. Even if one stack is already making regrowth much better ability. So this is what we are spamming. We are preparing hots, but this is our main output. So we just prepare all the hots, keep it ticking, click flourish to extend it, and we just spam regrowth, while we need to heal right now. When you are sure damage stopped, you have time, you can stop doing regrowth, hot will heal it, or it's between bursts ended, fine, you can stop doing regrowth. Healing auto effects will take care of it, because they are more effective for your time and more effective for your mana. There is no problem with this build with mana. Don't worry about mana, you are playing Master Sharpshifter. Mostly because it's increasing damage of Starfire and Wrath by 30%. That is the biggest deal. We would play that this talent anyway, but it's still, if you cast that Wrath, Starfire, Star Surge, you are still regenerating mana too. So we would play that this talent just for the damage. But yeah, you will be having a lot of mana. So don't worry about your mana. You will have enough mana for spam of these regrowths. So just keep clicking. I barely use that even because I just healed enough from other means, so I didn't need to spam it. It was mostly just clear casting, and that was healing that extra nourishes from the forest flow. One more quite useful information. So if you have regular on target already, that healing auto effect, then initial heal from regrowth for the next one have 40% increased critical chance, and it is 5 times 8. That's quite a lot of critical chance for some regrowth. So that's why you can heal really fast with the regrowth, because you'll be almost always putting those criticals up. If you have germination, you have 100% chance for doing critical, then you are just good. But you don't have germination, as we need some talents for our dream of Cenarius over here. So this was our basic resto healing. This is what we are doing. This is our bread and butter. Even in different build, it's almost the same. So let's talk about Dream of Cenarius. I talked about it already. It's doing that random healing. It's injured allies, at least that. It's not healing full targets. At least we have that. Maybe with everybody is full completely healing full target, but that never happened because we have tank. So once again, I'm repeating, this is not your main sort of heal. Don't count on it, because it's mostly random. And think about it, mostly think about it as something you do in a free time. Don't put somebody in a danger because, oh, I just need to heal a little, I will just do damage and damage will heal it. No, it can heal the wrong target multiple times and then somebody will die. So always make sure everybody is safe when you are healing from this. So what more we didn't know about it? Only bad news, no mastery increased healing. That would be also great, but it is what it is. It's not increasing mastery. But how it works, so Wrath, Shred, we are not using Kitty. It's just Wrath, transfer 100% of the damage, and Starfire is transferring 50% of the damage into nearby ally, injured ally. That means we don't have any healing from Sunfire, no healing from Moonfire, no healing from Star Surge, it's only Wrath and Starfire. This build is about 15% better than previously. Why? Because previously we didn't have Moonking form. They took it away in season 1. There was no Moonking. Moonking is increasing damage of your spells by 10%. That means 10% buff to our damage, that means 10% buff to our healing from damage. And we have extra. We have Circle of Heavens, so magic damage dealt 25%. They nerf all our damage by 20%, and this is increasing magic damage by 25%. So this is under plus 5%. So it's not completely 15% because then if you are in Monkin form, you have 6% mastery instead of 6% haste, so you will lose there on that. But we have combining talents fluid form, so after we cast Vrat or Starfire, we have automatic Monkin, which have 10% increased damage on that spell. That is slightly better than having 6% of haste. Don't worry about Monkin, you can just instantly swap from Monkin when you are healing. Bam, I'm Monkin, bam, you click heal. You don't need to bother clicking extra abilities. Actually, what we have new this season, you can also use Interrupt without switching to Cat. It's automatic. You will just click Interrupt in any form, it will switch you to Cat. So this will be happening. You don't need to focus on it. You are healing just from these two abilities. If you are hitting from Starfire, you are hitting main target for a lot and then many other targets. Every single target hit is Starfire hitting different targets. So when you are doing AoE damage, and it's enough, you can count more on the healing from the damage, because if you are healing 15 targets every cast, you have a big chance somebody will actually get some heal, at least a little, to help them survive. If you are just doing not a single target, you can never count on this healing, because it can always heal tank on 99% of health and never heal somebody who got 20% of health. That's how it works. Let's talk about empowering this when you have Heart of the Wild. So Heart of the Wild, basic talent is over here. It's 5 minute cooldown. That's quite long. But it's for 45 seconds, so that's quite good. But we have also small Heart of the Wild. It's for 15 seconds only, but it's every minute. It's literally every minute. And it will happen if you go to the form, or you will cast the Star Surge, Rage, Shred, Regeneration. Never mind, they cancelled the form. I just noticed. So they did the change to this season. Before, if you swap to like Bear or Kitty, it will activate. Now you need to actually only way with this build to cast it is to cast Star Surge. So you click Star Surge, it will activate it. So I have it ready. I'll click Star Surge, bam, I have it for 15 seconds. And it's recharging the 1 minute cooldown. If you pop a small one and you use the big cooldown, it extends a little, but it will just extend a little. It's not extending completely. So you want to, if you have Heart of the Wild, like big one ready, you want to use cooldown first and then extend it, because it's not taking whole duration. It's when single target AoE, single target, 1 or 2 targets. 1 or 2, if you have 3 targets or more, you are casting Starfire. And I forgot the most important part. I just explained extending duration. So Heart of the Wild is very important, because you have cast time of balance spell reduced by 30%, huge damage boost. Damage increase those spells, 20%, huge damage boost. And if you have Heart of the Wild, Dream of Cenarius is healing 200% more. So it's triple your healing. It's huge, it's massive, and you are in much more. So if you have Dream of Cenarius, you want to do damage and it will do quite nice, huge things. And it's really lovely. So you can do a little combo. Let's talk about combo wombo with this. If you have some big pool, Ballast 2, there was priority, that's good. Good showcase, because big pool is quite a big one. Big pool, first pool. So this is the first pool. I didn't heal that much though. Good. So that's what I did. I clicked Heart of the Wild, I clicked Star Surge to activate it. I brought on the end when enemies was dying. And I was casting Starfire, 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 sometimes Live Bloom, sometimes Refresh Efflorescence, and Starfire, Starfire, sometimes Spirit casting Regrowth if somebody drop low, because you know you're getting damage to random targets in that perspective there. But I was just blasting Starfire. I had more DPS when most of the enemies was alive, so you can see good nice damage. And this is my healing. So it's in a lot of overheal, yeah, 48% overheal. You can heal. That could be 3 million easily. Well, depend on the overheal. Yeah, it could be easily 3 million just from spamming Starfire. And of course it was dropping on end of the pack because you were just finishing few enemies left. So you didn't need to heal this whole time. So if you have Bloodlust, huge pack, it's fine to heal with this. Just little, you know, that efflorescence, because it's easy proc to your insurance and it's also giving another hot. So if you need to heal somebody with regrowth, it's already healing more through your mastery. and then Live Bloom if you need, and of course regrowth when somebody drop low, as in this pool, because there was random shots, and that can, you got multiple shots from those archers there to the same target, and he's on 10% of health. You really need to cast some regrowth. You cannot just bait and heal him with Dream of Cenarius. Otherwise than that, yeah. So this healing got time mostly because I prepared those healing when I was running to the packs. So I was running with tank, he was pulling, I was preparing hot. Then I stopped, I used Swiftment, I casted Backgrowth, and then I flourished. Flourished, extended everything, click R, Heart of the Wild, and start just blasting damage. So in the case you have huge pack, Ballast also really helps, and you have your cooldowns to triple that healing. This is viable way to heal, and also reason why it's viable to heal, because if you are hitting multiple targets with a Starfire, as I noticed before, every single enemy hit will heal different target. So it doesn't mean whole damage of Starfire will heal the same one. So everybody have chance, they will get healed most of the time. Still you cannot 100% count on it, of course, but that's why I casted very good sometimes. No, I didn't. It was clean. Yeah, it was really clean. Apparently I casted, but it was just overheal. So that's the shiny combo you can do with us, but you cannot do that often. But yeah, this, even like, if you think about it, I could heal less, even if you heal like 100 million from Dream of Cenarius. It's still just 2 talents. And of course, it's 2 talents from last row on the right tree, so these are quite valuable talents. And for example, we cannot get the Germination, or it's quite good. But you don't need to utilize it maybe as much as I did. So even if you heal less with it, I think it's still worth it because you're not losing much. You don't need 2 Germination. You can have shit gear and you can completely heal enough. Absolutely chill with gear ahead. Goes no problem. You lift, everybody lift well, apart from Suction Action. Yeah, double purification. Before you prepare some hold on the target, they usually die if they don't have a defense already. Alright, so little recapitulation, little summary of our priorities. Priorities without this healing from damage. So 0 priority, let's go through it again. Buffs on everyone for best ability and symbiotic link. First priority is Live Bloom. Second, Efflorescence of the group. These 2 should be always prepared. Then we have our Grove Guardians, our Heavy Trees. Then, if talented, second reward. If not, we don't care. Then we have Swiftment. Nice extend of HOTS. Nice fast heal too. Nice another healing of target. Then Backgrowth, if you need that AoE. And Regrowth with the Rejuvenations. Rejuvenation should be prepared before damage happened, not after. Or Rejuvenation is still fine if you are just, you need to heal just a little. But it's not important in this case, because if you need to just heal like, I don't know, 700,000 on somebody, you will just heal it from damage. You don't need to bother. If you didn't play this, you will need to click that Rejuvenation to just bring them to 100% of health. Or they should stand in Efflorescence, but people don't like to do that. It is what it is. And then on very end, we have that you're doing damage. It's very end because you shouldn't count on it. Count on it if somebody would die. Of course, you can count on it if you just need to heal 1 million. Half health is missing from tank, fine. But you know what I mean. You must make sure nobody will die, even if Dream of Cenarius would never heal. This is the free time. It's not your main heal. It's your free time because it's really wild which targets we are getting. Alright, so priorities about damage. It's just single target AoE. Single target AoE. If you're doing single target, keep clicking Star Surge too, because it's good single target damage. It just don't heal, but still it's damage increase. So Butler, and if you have 3 or more targets, it's just Starfire. That's absolutely it. Moonfire, Trees will take care of Moonfire. You can click it if you want. Sometimes, on both sometimes, I just click manually, it's fine. But you should, Trees should take care of it. So single target, keep clicking Rats and Star Surge, AoE, just Starfire. Of course, you will click Star Surge to activate that 1 minute short one for 15 seconds, Heart of the Wild. and you activate it with Star Surge when it's ready. Okay, let's move on cooldowns. So we have Nature Swiftness. Nature Swiftness increasing healing of our regrowth by 200%, free of mana, and instant. Big deal to just save somebody, because we don't have some reliable fast single target heal as Druid. Of course we have strong single target heal, but we need to prepare with our HOTS before. So we cannot just bam, strong single target heal. We are not like shamans, let's say. They can just decide, oh, somebody's low, Star Surge. Healing Surge. And they are healthy. So this is what we do. So to save somebody's life, or we combine it with Convoke. So let's move on. Convoke. Convoke will cast in 3 seconds 12 random Druid abilities. These abilities will be preferred by which form you are using. So if you are no form, it will be preferred to do healing. If you have Tree of Life, it's even better. But no form, preferred to do healing. In Kitty or in all, you will doing most damage. Of course it will still heal, and if you do healing one, it will still do some damage, because that's how Convoke works. But most spells will be different, depending on which form you will cast it. And in Bear, you should never use in Bear, but you will get some defense, so it's fine, but who cares. So I'm in all now, and most of the sea. I have got Stars, Full Moon, a lot of Brats, a lot of Star Soldiers. And I didn't got much healing abilities on these guys. Some of them got Rejuvenation, some regrowth, but not much abilities for healing. So yeah, change your form, depending on what you want with the Convoke, but when you combine it with Nature Swiftness, always be no form, because you are focusing on heal. And what is it doing? So if Convoke will cast randomly regrowth, and you have already Nature Swiftness buff, it will empower the regrowth by 200%, and this buff won't be consumed. So you can still freely use this ability, freely use this buff for next regrowth after you finish Convoke. It won't be consumed, and every single regrowth you will cast doing that Convoke will be buffed by 200%. A little trick about it, if you want to force more Convoke to cast those special good regrowths, you prepare HOTS. You don't prepare regrowths, prepare Live Blooms, prepare Rejuvenation. I don't think Live Bloom can be spawned from Convoke. I'm not sure, probably because I always have it. But you want to have Rejuvenations, and you want to have Wild Growth casted before you do Convoke. Because then Convoke won't cast Wild Growth, won't cast Rejuvenations, won't cast Live Blooms, and we'll be focusing on those regrowths, what we really care about, because you don't have those HOTS. So, oh, something is missing, these abilities. Because Convoke is a little bit thinking. It's quite random, but it's thinking a little. So you can a little bit guide it to force more regrowths from that, and that's 200% increase if you have click it. So I cast full regrowth, and I still can use another click with 200% increase regrowth. So huge deal. So we have Convoke, or we are just preparing a lot of rejuvenations, and to Verdancy. Oh, I'm messing names. To Abundance, we are just spamming regrowth. That's what we do on AoE bursts. Even on single burst, single target burst, if you don't have Convoke ready. Convoke for single target burst healing it's not best tool. Flourish, I talk about it a lot. It's extending your HOTS. Now it's also healing. So everybody who got HOTS on them right now, it will get split heal 1.2 millions. It's something extra. You don't need to think about it when you click into heals, but you know, everything extra helps. It's 26 millions with 55% more heal. That's decent. So yeah, use it to extend your healing effects. Usually when you prepare before some AoE burst damage, prepare HOTS, then your last thing you click is Wild Growth, then you click your Flourish, and you can even go for Convoke after that, or you can just spawn regrowth yourself, because you don't need to worry about spreading HOTS anymore, as you got extended it, they are healing 25% more too, and then you just spam regrowth. It's a nice cooldown. Not many people play it, but it's still strong cooldown. Really strong cooldown. From the cooldowns we have Heart of the Wild, but we know it. That's tripling our healing from damage. Huge, and also increasing our damage a lot. And then we have our Tranquility. Don't be confused, this is not for burst AoE healing, okay? It's not healing much. It's still quite slow for how much it's healing. But Now it's casting twice as fast, so it's fine. But it's still better if you don't have Convoke for AoE, then you prepare 5 rejuvenations, as many other hots as you can with Wild Growth, and then you'll be spamming regrowths. It will still do more healing than Tranquility cast. But now it's half-time cast duration, so you can squeeze it more often. On the hardest situations, no, don't do that. But if that plus AoE damage, you have it covered, you have a lot of healing all time effects. Tranquility is another healing all time effect, so will also increase others. And again, it will shorten your Convoke, so you'll be ready for next burst with something better than Tranquility. So this shortening cooldown is quite a huge deal. You also innervate. Before we didn't choose it, but now it's forced talent to get to symbiotic relationship, but it's quite good, so we don't really need it. Our mana will be really good because we are always casting Blood and Starfire, which are refunding our mana, but we have it. I don't even have it on bars. I don't need it. I never drink with this build. I never need to sit and drink. I don't care about innervate. I really don't care. I never needed it. So yeah, you can use it whatever you want, whenever you want, whatever. Ideally when you spawn some regrowths, it will save you some mana. It's fine. So you can use it. You prepare hot, and then you can click innervate and regrowth. That's quite good mana save. Okay, I think we went through everything. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment. I will try to answer as soon as possible. If you want text guide instead of video, just to check something fast, I have everything what I said here. I have it on my Discord. I'm writing guides first, then I'm recording videos, and I'm following those guides, so it's exactly the same thing. So the link on Discord is in the description if you want. I have also my big auras over here, what you see, and I have also my Wood Opex there. So you can get them if you wanna. I still need to update for the DRUID one, because somehow I was updating it yesterday for like bleeds in the dungeons so I can see it, and it's not here. So I need to do it again. But thank you for watching. Think about liking and subscribing, it's helping me a lot, and goodbye.